There's everything. Look over here. Birthday girl, woman, I guess I should say, not girl. I heard that song earlier, and for some reason, it was how I was feeling today. I don't know why.
That's rough. The heck?
Oh, this is actually a dress. It's a dress. A very old dress. I know it has to be eight, nine. Okay, here we go, Miss Martna. I say happy birthday to you. Say happy birthday to you. Don't you knock this down, Parker. You want to come say happy birthday? Come here. Say happy birthday to Martna. Say happy birthday to Martna. Say happy birthday to Martna. Hopefully they won't ding me for that since it was a short version. Oh, thank y'all. You're so sweet. I try to, okay, not you. I'm not talking about you. You're not sweet most of the time. You're not sweet. Um, sorry, y'all. I try to bring my TV up so I can actually see the comments without doing like this. You know who that remind me of. See the comments without doing like this. Okay, let's see. Can I get this on this way? There we go. He's at the door protecting the backyard. He's on his job. Okay, why? So, Martna, what'd you do for your birthday? I know you're going to say I didn't do anything. I even made a Martna birthday drink tonight. Oh, the wayward what should I call her? The wayward supposed to be my partner up here is in for tonight. This is going to be the Martna. This drink. Don't start. Well, this is my first drink, so I won't be acting up too bad. It's the first drink. Look at Martna. She wasn't drinking no light beer. She had Moscato. Go ahead. Go, Martna. Go, Martna. It's birthday. It's birthday. Go, Martna. Go, Martna. It's birthday. It's birthday. The Martna is some Tito's, frozen strawberry, ginger ale, a little bit of grenadine, and a little bit of what they call it, simple syrup. The Martna with crushed ice. It's like a frozen drink. I know it tastes pretty good since I made it up. I was going to use raspberries, but I didn't get to the grocery store. And then I was going to order some, and I'm trying to cut back on Instacart, and Uber Eats still working on cutting back on Instacart, so I didn't. I was like, I got frozen strawberries in the freezer. Well, thank you. Apparently, I don't know. Don't be looking bad the rest of the time because all talking about I look kind of cute tonight. Thank you, Lovecraft. Oh, strawberries are your birthmark? See, there you go. There you go. We doing good. We doing good. Well, I'm glad you had a couple of drinks. I did think about you, but they had us working overtime, and y'all know I gotta pay for the new ride. So, and then I got the trip coming up. So I was like, let me work all the overtime I can get. Matter of fact, they had it for this evening, but I was like, I'm gonna get off here. I was gonna take a nap. Then my sister called, talked to her, and then I fixed me something to eat. And then I was like, oh, you know how after you eat, you want to go to sleep? I was like, maybe I'll just do a live tomorrow. And I was like, you know what? Let me get my ass up from here and go take a shower because I said I would do a live today. Okay. So what's new, peoples? I do have some topics if you want to start there first. They should be ones that Martna probably like. So y'all want to start with my topics first? Before the latecomers come in? Is that a thumbs up? A thumbs down? Yes, no. Your union rep said, is that Mute? Mute? I have no idea who that is. Where you work is being a butt with negotiations. What are they negotiating? Y'all getting new contracts or something? I ain't gonna lie. This company I work for, I am liking them. Last year, we went up underneath a federal contract and they did an assessment of like what people all around make to do the same job. So I ended up getting a $6 raise. And then when I did my end of the year, he was like, a 25-cent raise. And I'm just like, as much money as we make for this company, a 25-cent raise. But then when I looked, they actually gave me a $3 raise. I was like, okay, all right, that's what I'm talking about. $10 would have been better, but I ain't gonna complain with the three. Okay. So your contract, I didn't know grocery stores did contracts with the land that they're on or something, the building that they're in. I can't believe they just be throwing a dang on commercial in the middle. All right. So, I think I mentioned these in a couple of my videos. But remember how they had, I never heard of them. I heard of Myers. We have Myers down here. Remember how they had the big stink about USAA being cut when Elon Musk was doing Doge and cutting everything, and they cut the USAA, and it was a big, to do because they were saying the children weren't going to be eating, and so many children died because they didn't get the food and the medical and all that stuff that they're supposed to be getting in the other countries. Well, how about they were lying? The aid was not for that. United States, our government is such, ooh, they such liars. Oh, it was a lie. It was a lie, Martna. The money actually, USA, okay, I'm not going to say it's total lie. They do some of that, but that's really just to cover up because of the fact that they're shipping guns and stuff over there and aid to help those countries in fighting. And that's the cover, saying that they're helping the children. Yeah, yeah. No, they're in a truck. He's a truck driver, recessionista. So that was my first topic. That one really pissed me off because they had me thinking that these children. And then I told you guys about Life Touch, but I don't think any of us have small children. But I still have grandchildren that take school pictures. Anybody else got grandkids who take school pictures? Or if you take pictures, maybe like I don't know if there's any Sears still left. They used to take pictures. Kmart used to take picture. I think now most people use private. Like to Shauna, are are y'all gonna get like professional pictures of the baby? Most people I see now will hire somebody to take the pictures for them, like newborns and family photos. But the company Life Touch are the ones that did the school pictures, and the company I know y'all heard of Shutterfly. They bought Life Touch out. There are no kids in your family. Okay, so Life Touch, the guy that he just resigned, the guy that was over Life Touch was buddy buddy. Hey, still I rise with Epstein, and apparently, all the photos and stuff that they were taking of our children in school, they were literally making catalogs off of those, for the pervs. Because you got to think about it. When we did those pictures, we had our address on there, our phone number, and all that. So, can you imagine them abducting a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old from the pictures that they seen from school pictures? Yeah, you remember those pictures back in the day with the background? Oh, my mom did those. They had like the fall leaves and they had the craziest backgrounds. Yes, my mother did those too. And we had the pictures done at Sears. Heck, my high school pictures were done at Sears, if I'm not mistaken. Were they? I can't. I think it was Sears. It might have been someplace else. I can't remember. But yeah, they usually do school pictures. Shutterfly owns them because Shutterfly, a lot of people use Shutterfly for their own personal, because now you can take pictures off your phone and send it in and get bigger pictures or, pictures you want to send to people. Most, we don't really get pictures anymore, but it's nice to have though. I think it's still nice to have some, old fashioned way of having photos. I kind of like to have them. I remember, we used to have wallets that had pictures in them and you would take them. Now we just use the phone. But but the thing is, even you got the cloud, I used to always like to go and look at people's photo albums. And that's a thing of the past. I remember glamour shots. I never did them though. I thought they always made you look much older. Yeah. Well, those pervies, we're looking at the children pictures with Life Touch. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out what my notes mean. Oh, and don't let them, I talked about this before. Don't let them fool y'all about this AI bullshit. They keep talking about, because I know down here, all of a sudden we start getting a lot more advertisement about our electric company here, Duke. And, they keep talking about how they're doing this, that, and how it's going to be better for us and they're building the grid bigger. That's bullshit. What they're doing is they're building these grids bigger for these electric companies for AI. The thing is, AI uses up, oh my gosh, so much water and is going to make all of our bills go up, which I'm trying to understand. If a company wants to upgrade to AI or they want to have an AI company here, why the hell am I paying for their electric bill? I don't know if it's because they need so much power that it's going to cost all of us, but other cities and states who have gotten where they let them come in with the AI, they can already see the increase in their electric bill because of AI. Let me tell you something. AI is going to be something that is good, but I think it's going to hurt us the most. A lot of states are trying. If your state or your local government or your city cares about about the people, they won't let them build those big ass grids there because it's actually going to hurt you when it comes to you putting out money. Yep, the land, the water, the electric, because the grid. Look at Texas. When they had the storms, they got in so much trouble because they have been inspected and they had told them years ago that their grids were not big enough for the people they already had living in Texas. So that's why I think it was a couple of years ago when they had that big winter storm and so many people lost electricity. And then they still hadn't really upgraded because they don't be wanting to put the money into it. But now all of a sudden you don't mind letting the companies that want AI to come in and put the money into it, but we're going to pay for it back. Yeah, that's what it is. The data centers. A lot of states and a lot of cities are saying no to them because they have been thick down here in the South, trying to put their little AI data centers in. But in the long run, who's it going to hurt? Us, because the state will make money off of it. The companies are definitely going to make money, and we're going to foot the bill for it, as usual. As usual. Um, did you see what they're planning to do to Gaza? The whole Gaza billionaire resort, pretty much, that they're wanting to build over there. I'm wondering, we got a big Amazon facility here, which I'm still pissed because the state of South, for some reason, and I'm sure it's because South Carolina still got the old boys school and they don't like to upgrade stuff and do all that unless they have to. So we have a big Amazon facility here, but they came here because they don't have to pay any taxes. Now I got to pay taxes on the shit I order from Amazon, but Amazon does not have to pay any taxes to the state of South Carolina. So I know damn well if they try to upgrade that, I'm gonna have a serious problem with that. Did you see the picture of it, Tashana? Oh, it's nice now, but they already have these billionaires who have pretty much put in their money for what area they want. They're gonna have a big old AI data facility. Peter Thiel is doing that. Donald Trump's son-in-law, Kirshner, is already into having him. It's for the family. It's for the family. You have all these billionaires. I think it's something like a billionaire row. I'm wondering, is it a billionaire row that only they can go to? Not that I would fly to Gaza to go to anything that they built. But the deal is, one of the reasons why they're wanting to make the Palestinians refugees is because then they'll move them out, right? That's less people on the land. So this whole deal that Kushner and all of them are going over there to do, and they want them to do a ceasefire and all that, really, the only reason why they're wanting to do that is because they're going to come in and swoop in and take the land. They don't want the people there. They want them to be dispersed. They're lying, saying, oh, we're going to build all this stuff back so that the people can come back. And it's all for the people with the money. And Israel got their hand in it too, because they right next door, and they've been wanting them not to be there. So the whole thing is, we're going to move them all out, which means that you got thousands of people displaced in other countries now, other cities, no jobs, no homes. And you're going to build some shit for you to have and make more money off of on these people's land. I was like, that area has had such unrest for years, probably thousands of years. I hope that same unrest stays. I hope that regardless of what they build there, the shit doesn't stand. Because that's unfair for you to go in and do this bullcrap. Because all because he thinks it's prime, what do you call it, prime real estate. They do not need a resort in Gaza. Casinos, hotels, all this crap. I mean, these people are showing that they don't give a rip about us. I keep telling y'all, they consider us farm animals. Even in the Epstein files, the emails were talking about how to get rid of the poor. How to get rid of the poor. They're slowly trying to kill us off. He is cutting back everything that was supposed to be put out there for us as humans. Cleaner air. He's cut back on a lot of the restrictions as far as the big companies, manufacturing companies, car manufacturing, all those things, all that pollutants going in the air. He done cut all that shit back. They pretty much can pollute whatever they want. The stuff that they're using, I'm telling you, if you're going to eat lettuce and produce and stuff, I'm going to tell y'all, it is probably better for you to go to the farmer's market, or if you can, buy a little bit at a time and try to get as organic as possible and find out where it's coming from and what they're using on it. Because he is now given permission for them to use this pesticide on the produce which literally gives us cancer. Yes. They don't care. I think they're trying to get rid of many of us as they can. I think that with the way they're doing, healthcare, they're hoping that us old folks, people that got issues, will go ahead and die because they ain't got, good healthcare. Hi, Eugene. Thank you. Mwah. I don't know, recessionista. He need to go somewhere. But I'm like, every time I turn around, he's doing something that's harmful to us. Um, you didn't hear about the latest with the tariffs, Lovecraft? The Supreme Court struck that down today. They said his tariffs were illegal. So he can no longer do those tariffs. So now he's talking about doing a sweeping tariff of 10% across the board. But what they're saying is that all that money that they raised from the tariffs have not got to go back. Now, this is the deal. Newsom is calling for them to give us all a $1,750 back each person, because they're saying that's about what we've had to pay over because of the tariffs. I was listening right before I came downstairs where somebody was saying that they're going to give the money back to the companies. But just like I was listening to somebody say today, that even if they give, okay, let's take Walmart. Oh, did she? I'm going to get to her, Eugene. Stick around. Let's just take Walmart or the grocery stores. All the grocery stores have gone up, right, because of the tariffs. But now, even with them saying the tariffs are illegal, he's not going to be able to do it anymore. You think they're going to take their prices back down? No. The prices are going to still stay up, which means now we're still paying more, but they're going to get their money back because of the fact that they had to pay those tariffs. I think that we should at least get that check saying that we had to pay more and the companies can still get their money back. But now everybody wants to know, where is the money? All those trillions of dollars he said we had, I think he pilfered. I don't think that the money is there because he was pissed off today. He was cussing and carrying on, kicked the reporters out and everything, saying fuck the Supreme Court. I don't know, where is the money? Show me the money. Give me my 1750. Give me my 1750. Okay? Since he claimed we was going to get a tariff check anyway, maybe he spoke that into existence. Because he kept saying we was going to get a check from the tariffs, just like we were supposed to get a check from Doge, that I still ain't got that one yet. Did y'all get y'all's? Because I ain't got mine. So, yeah. So we will pray and see if we get a check. But right now, he's hot as the dickens because he don't want to get the money back. He's trying to say it's going to be tied up in the litigations when it should not be. The money should be there. You pay everybody back. That's all it is. Simple as that. Well, also, now these people is sneaky. Ooh wee. So when the tariffs first came out, there was a lot of mid-sized businesses and small businesses that could not afford to pay those tariffs. But they had, supplies sitting out there on the dock. If they couldn't get the supplies, then their business couldn't still run. So they didn't know what they were going to do. Well, what some of these millionaires did, like his son-in-law, Kushner, they went in and the banks connected the billionaires and millionaires with companies that needed the tariffs paid and they didn't have the money. And then the deal was if the Supreme Court had done like they did today, which struck down the tariffs, then any money that they got paid back would go to the person that paid off your tariffs. So now there's all these people that's going to be making money off of the fact that they went and paid other people's tariffs in the beginning when all this first started. So all that money that's been put, that's been taken up, they're going to get the money versus the businesses. Isn't that something? I tell you, these folks, ooh wee, they always be up to something, always doing something. Um, have y'all heard that the world really is flat and not round? What y'all think about that? Somebody, anybody? Anybody have a comment on that? Now, my question was, well, they're saying that the world has always been flat, and that when pilots and ships and all this stuff do their navigation, they don't do it with a curve, they do it as a flat surface. I don't know why they felt if it is flat, I don't know why they felt the need to tell us it was round. And so the guy that was talking about it, the person said, well, what about when they take pictures of the moon and the sun and, and the earth and all that? Those are not real pictures, they're composites that they put together. So technically, they've been lying to us about what all these different planets look like and what the earth looks like. Hey, Sticky, I am doing well. Our buddy talked about me tonight on her little live. Yeah, she said that I was a fake Christian lady. But I'm going to give her her own personal shout out tonight, too. I don't want her to be disappointed since I'm so fake. We hate for Candy Cane not to get the appreciation that I want to give her. So I don't know. We will see. Because when you think of it, when they do maps, the maps are flat, right? And back in the day, years and years and years ago, all the countries were connected and you could walk from one country to the next. Yeah, you sound like me. I be working a lot. That's why I don't do lives that much. It's sticky. Just trying to call you stinky. It's sticky. Sticky. So the world could be flat, and we just don't know it. I mean, they lie to us all the time. They lie to us all the time. Uh, so let's go on to my next topic. What do you think about the fact that they're building all of these new ice facilities outside the cities? See, that's what I'm saying, recessionist. I want my 1,750. That'll finish paying for my trip and for the clothes I need to take. Why would we, Martna? Look at the map. Let's say this is a map. When you look, Parker, come in here. When you look at the countries, you can go from one country to the next. You wouldn't fall off. That's what I'm saying. The government told us the world was round. There are now people still saying that the world is really flat. I don't know why they had to lie. If it was flat, fine. If it's round, fine. But is there an edge? You know what I'm saying? Where are you going to travel to? Every place that we've traveled, you can get to in a flat surface. How would you know? I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Something to think about, right? Um, Parker, come here. They are building these ice facilities right outside the cities, and a lot of them are by child care facilities. We have had over 3,000, I want to say 3,000. Let me get back with you on that. I don't know if it's 300, got to be more than 300. I want to say about 3,000 females and children who have been violated in ICE facilities. They didn't put the male count in there because I'm sure there's some males in there too. Yeah, Sticky. I met him through talking about the new lady that I talk about, Candy Cane. It's something that I happened to see, and I thought I would bring it up to you guys because you guys have those. You're very smart people, and we talk about different things. So I figured, I throw that out there. Oh, it's like a petri dish. Oh, now see, Sticky heard about it. See, I'm trying to get them to open up their minds over here too, Sticky. We could talk about candy cane all day long, but sometimes I like for us to be challenged so our brain cells can, get a little flicker in there and talk about something other than something. I mean, Candy does the same shit every day. Well, you know what, Recessionista? One of these days, something I talk about on this channel, you're going to be happy that I talked about it because you're going to need it and utilize it. Mark my words. One of these days, ma'am. Parker, get in here. Because I'm going to beat you if I get up. Come. Parker. See, now he out there acting like an idiot. Hold on, y'all. Get in here. Come. You can't ever just go outside and act all right, can you? Nope. You always gotta go. See, now he wanna go upstairs. I should have closed that bedroom door because he's up in the dang on window. Come down here. All right. No, I just said one day you might need it. No, don't do it. Bye, Sticky. You stay awesome. Thank you for dropping in. They've been lying to us the whole time. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Ask you this. Stop. What if you found out that everything you've believed since you came in this earth and in this world was a lie? That it was a facade. It was just something they made up. How would you feel? That everything was made up to give us the belief or the feeling that we're really free, that we live in a country that's democracy, you know, that the only real purpose that we're here for is to be like farm animals and do the work, that they're never going to let you excel as high as they tell you you can. The American dream. There is no American dream. That was just something they made up to give us something to believe in. You wouldn't be pissed off? But most people don't have that, Martna. Most people have just an everyday perspective about things. Okay, I looked at, I seen something, and I found it interesting. It was something I was looking for, something for actually for Black History Month, because I realized I hadn't posted anything, but I wanted to post people that I knew that I had never heard of, and hopefully most people hadn't. But I came across this article talking about why they even created the education department, why they created schools and things like that. No. And the whole reason why they created education and schools and all that was so that they could teach us, so that we would all be at the same level and we would never really excel to anticipated that. But for the most part, they wanted everybody to learn a certain amount at a certain level. And that's where your cutoff is. And guess what? The books that we were learning from, and I remember this for sure, and I don't know why I remembered the name of the people that wrote the books and published the books, McCraw. That was Justine, whatever name, guess, whatever, Epstein's girlfriend, daddy. He had a publishing company. Why would a man in England be writing the books for us in America, for us for an elementary school, middle school, high school, some universities? And Israel was undergirding it, and they paid the money for him to publish the books for us. Why? Why didn't we have American publishing companies to write those educational books for us? All these things have like little, it's like spider webs, a spider web. It has a little string that goes from here to here to here. And what I'm going to tell you is that the nucleus, the biggest one that I see right now is Israel. A lot of those spider webs are coming from there, going to different things all around the world, and a lot of it in the United States. But even in that, they're only going to let them go so far. Now, they could go higher than us because, we were people of color. But they're only going to go so far unless they are the children of the 1%. If they're the children of the 1%, then yeah, because they got to take over. They got to be able to take over the businesses. I don't think they were expecting some of us to want to learn some of all the things that we learned, because they weren't anticipating us doing that. That's why they didn't want us going to the schools. That's why, why do you think one of the first institutions that he messed with was universities and cut DEI out? Even though DEI helped more Caucasian women than anybody. But that's so that he's hoping that we won't be able to get into the Yales and the Harvards and things like that. They want them to go back to being, well, Yale was an all-male institution in the beginning. Oh, did you see? Because I was on. Yeah, but they are the ones writing the information that we read. You do realize that everything we consume is what they wrote. Like Martna said, You can get divine intervention. You can get something, I believe, from God, but everything else is out here. They wrote it. Unless you can get something like, let's say, with the peanut, you can have research that somebody did one thing, and you can take that research and build off of it and do something new. I don't know if he took it out to schools, but I know he won't take the whole day away, well, the whole month. He doesn't want it to be Black History Month. You notice that he didn't do anything until the other day, and that was a shit show. But the only reason why he did that was because we coming up on the midterms, and people was looking like, oh, so he ain't gonna do nothing for Black History Month, and he shouldn't have. Like I said, he shouldn't have, because everything he's doing goes against it. Like the putting the Obama's faces on apes. The governor of Baltimore, he's like the only Black mayor. Governor. I don't know why I keep on calling him mayor. He's the governor, right? Yeah, he's the only Black governor. He's not invited. He keeps having these meetings with all the governors, and he's not invited. Like they had the one he had today. The governor was not invited, the Black governor. That's the second one he's had, and he's not invited. Yeah, I know. He should have never had it, because it wouldn't. We know he don't give a shit about us, so he could have just. We didn't care nothing about him doing something. It's all 12 months, recessionista. All 12. Every month. Every month. Because they say they're being discriminated against. Yeah. They say the Caucasian man is the most discriminated person. Is most discriminated against. You know what? I think he hates him. I'm beginning to think, after reading these files, because we do know, even though they haven't really put it out there were little boys there too. There were guys there. And there's that one guy who said that Cheeto likes male persuasion. I'm wondering, like he always says that people have Cheeto syndrome. I'm wondering if he got black male syndrome, because he seems to like he's doing him like he did Obama. And he's like a younger version of Obama, except for he got a better body than Obama. And I think he's cuter than, now I think I like the way Obama looks, but I think he's cuter. And he definitely has a great physique. So I'm thinking, well, maybe he got a little hard on for Westmore. It's like he just hates a nice looking black man. I mean, he can barely walk. This man is way younger than him, looks better than him, smarter than him, got a better body. He can't even compete with him. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's Recessionista. I thought that was Martna. Don't get ahead of me yet, Miss Recessionista. By the way, ICE in Minnesota got in trouble for sex trafficking. Yes. So not only were they beating, illegally, incarcerating American citizens and killing them, they were sex trafficking them. And the guy they picked up was a black guy. I'm like, okay. But I think that's what they're doing with the children, which infuriates me. Why you have to take a child who parent, because what they're doing is so that they don't have to, the courts won't be able to get involved and let those people go home. They'll take them to the detention center in Minnesota, but they'll ship them out like that evening or the first thing that morning to Texas. And they're sending the children down there. You see where Politico, I don't know if y'all heard, Politico, I'm throwing a lot of information out there to y'all. I know I'm a little behind. I ain't done a live in a while. Politico did an article where all these little children from the detention centers in Texas were writing letters talking about how bad they're being treated at the detention center. Politico got the letters and published them. So ICE went in, the people that worked there, and took all the pens and papers and things that the children could write with so that they could not write any more letters. Isn't that horrible? But I think that they're sex trafficking those children, because you do know, just because Epstein, they say he's still living wherever he might be, living, gone, or whatever. The system has not stopped moving and not hadn't stopped working. So everything that was happening when he was here is still happening. And they like to get their children from foster care, orphanages, children's homes, detention centers, the border when they separate the children from their families. Oh my gosh. I'm just so through with the Clintons. You know, did you ever hear, Martna, you might have heard, there was always a lot of issues about the Clintons foundation, about the money for the foundation and all that. They have this big old foundation, charity for children and stuff. All these people keep having all these charities for children. When we had the big, it was some years ago, but Hades had a horrible storm down there, and it displaced a lot of people and the children. The Clintons went down there and said, hey, we will take a group of the children, or as many as possible, and we'll take them back to the United States, and we'll set them up so that they won't be here in the midst of the rubble, you know, and all the mess, while the families get themselves together, you know, and then they can have the children back. Well, come to find out, they were taking the children, and you do know that the Clintons are part of the Epstein stuff, right? They were taking these children and all the stuff we're hearing about kids, because they had an endless supply of children. They talk about the teenagers and stuff, but there were babies on up. And they don't mind abusing children of color because they already don't consider us human, as if we don't have feelings and we're not real people. I'm getting there. So they were taking, and they even had some families who were literally selling their children because they couldn't afford to take care of them because they didn't have a place to stay and all this. And there was an orphanage down there where one of the Clinton representatives that came and wanted to take some of the children. And the guy was like, no, because they wouldn't tell him where they were taking them, you know, how long they was going to be there, what they were going to be doing for him and all that. And he said it just didn't sound right. And he wasn't going to let none of his kids go. Till this day, none of those children have been heard from that they did get to take. And the thing that pisses me off so much is that all these wives are involved with this bullshit that their husband's doing. So for them to sit there and say that they didn't know, like Miss Gates, oh, she knew what her husband was doing. I don't know why she left him, but I guarantee you it wasn't because of what he was doing at Epstein's Island. Because Epstein was on their foundation, on the board of their foundation. So these women know. I tried to tell you guys, I actually put a picture out on my community post, and I took it back because I thought that they probably would take my channel down. But it was one of the pictures from, has anybody been actually looking at the files other than me? Okay. I hadn't even looked at all of them because I know I can't handle it. If you have a background in any type of sexual trauma or anything like that, don't mess with it. If you're sensitive about things that happen to children and women and stuff, don't look at the pictures and the tapes and all that. They had a dinner that they were having, and they had all the children in the front and the adults were behind them in the back. It looked like sort of like if they were having a Thanksgiving dinner and the table was fixed, and everybody was standing around like right before they were going to say prayer or something like that. But on the table, in the centerpiece, there was, I don't know if they were chickens or hens. They were kind of big, so I'm thinking maybe hens. But they had a hen on one side, a hen on that side, and in the middle was a baby that was cooked. And they had the, it was horrible. Um, I was going to put it up because when I mentioned this, I think I put up a little short about Christy Teigen when she was in the back of a vehicle talking to this guy about she couldn't wait till she went and was able to go and eat some more children. And Martna said, that's not true. That's probably AI or something. And I'm like, Martna, it is true. Hey, Felix. They were, because these people worship Baal, and they really believe in the fact that if they drink the blood and eat young people, babies and stuff, they're being able to take their innocence and their life force, and it keeps them young, and it keeps them going, and it gives them power. And it's a sacrifice to their God. Hey, Felix. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't watch it. Um, I posted one about this guy that he did a TikTok, and it was so funny because he did what I did. I was up one night and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look through some of this stuff. Um, and I started reading the emails, and there was something in my spirit that said, stop, don't go no further. Don't go to the pictures because you can't handle it. And I'm so glad I did, because the next day, that's when I saw the guy who did it. And he said that it was worse than any horror movie that he had ever seen. And and man, I ended up running across some of it. What was I doing? I don't know what I was in. Oh, I was on TikTok, and I was looking for TikTok specifically that I wanted to post. But I ended up running into where people had posted some of these videos from the files, because they got videos, they got photos, they got the emails, they got letters, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And it was the ones that this guy was talking about where um, they had these children. A lot of them were little girls. And in one of them, you saw Epstein pick up the little girl. She looked like she was 7. And he was taking her into the bedroom, and she was kicking and screaming. And the guy was like, he'll never get over the screams of the children in terror. You ever heard, for those of you who have children, you ever had one of your children wake up in the middle of the night from a bad dream, and they're just like screaming bloody murder, and it wakes you up out your sleep because of the scream that they did, and you're trying to figure out what's wrong with your child, and they end up having a bad dream? Those are the type of piercing screams that these children were screaming because of what was being done to them. Um, y'all, it is horrible. And you know the worst part about this? Yeah. You know the worst thing about this is the fact of so many women involved in this, and they co-signed it, and they helped, and they were there, and they participated. They had the guy, what is he over? His name is Black, Leon Black. He was the guy that actually owned um, Life Touch and Shutterfly. Um, but he had a personal and financial relationship with Epstein. He paid him tens of millions of dollars between 2012 and 2017. They had a laundry list of essay that he had done, just a laundry list. But one of them was, the little girl was 8, And she said that, I think I posted, did y'all see it? Some of the stuff I'll post. I don't know if y'all be reading it. But she was saying that he was biting her private parts, that he had stuck something up in her that was sharp. There was like two other girls. One was 16, another one was a small girl. That he had the small girl, I guess, like hanging halfway off the table, and he was putting things in both parts. And they were talking about how excruciating the pain was. I mean, and that's the thing, that there's one lady. She looks, I think she's part Colombian or something, but she looked like she might be of mixed race. Very, very pretty. She was a model. She's been more vocal than some of the others. Some of the other ones are now being vocal, but she's been very vocal since the beginning. I had seen an interview that she did, and that's the thing. She had said people just think of this as just these old men just having sex with the girls. It is not that. They were doing anything underneath the sun. He was actually impregnating girls because he was trying to start his own. For one, he thought that his DNA was the best, so he was trying to reproduce his own children. Two, he was trying to reproduce his own children to traffic. It was an endless supply. That's why they didn't want to investigate the ranch down there. And now that they got permission, the guy that bought the ranch, oh, now he's saying they're excavating it. And guess what he's turning it into? A retreat for children. You think he ain't involved in it? They were bringing children and girls from over the border because that's why the rent, he had like 10,000 acres or 20,000 acres, but they were close to the Mexico border and they were trafficking people over. That's where you seen the video of the lady screaming in Spanish that they were eating people and nobody believed her. That's where they were doing the experiments where he was impregnating and keeping women there. Some of the experiments they were doing, like, I don't know, I guess he's trying to create his own, I don't know, his own people or whatever, but sometimes the babies didn't make it, or the ones that they sacrificed, their bodies were there. They've had young ladies, hey, Polly, who, because of certain sexual acts, ended up being unalived. Their bodies are out there. So, yeah. Anything underneath the sun. And yet, it's like everybody keeps going as if nothing's going on. And, that's just the side part of it, because there was so much crime going on with money and countries and leaders. And that's why the prince got in trouble, because he was giving away information that he wasn't supposed to be giving away, that they talking about as far as the country goes. But I think they're only trying to get him on that because the royal family don't want to say that he's a pedophile. I think that's the only reason why. And if mama was still living, he probably wouldn't have got arrested. But good for him, because he ain't the only one. If England can do that, surely we can do something here in the United States. All these people, and take their wives with them. The wives too. Now, this is what I want to know. They say that for you to be able to make it, to be like president or a Denzel Washington or a Michael Jordan, all the people who have excelled to the highest heights of their careers, that you're involved in this thing on some level. So I had to say to myself, hey, they say that's what Kris Jenner is doing out there. They say that a lot of Hollywood is drinking the blood. I also was listening to a doctor who was saying the harm that eating other people and drinking their blood does to your body, because you're not supposed to be doing that. It's just unnatural. You know, it's not, that's not supposed to be your meal. But I don't know. If that's the only way I can stay young, it ain't happening. And see, that's the thing, that a lot of them, they have put big money into this. All these billionaires, because look at them, they all old and decrepit and look like they got one foot in the grave. They're all trying to figure out how they can stay here longer. They have put all kinds of money into research and all this stuff, trying to see if they can recreate something and be able to take it and make them be able to stay here longer, to live longer, feel better. Oh, dang it. Hold on. I'm so sick of these commercials. What did you say? Yeah, I was trying to go and watch The Beauty because I heard about that today. And I don't have, I got rid of Hulu when I decided to go on strike from streaming. So now they're making me, I said tomorrow I was going to watch it because I wanted to watch that. And then his ex wife actually did a movie that's sort of like that called The Substance. Hers is where whatever it is she takes, is like every 7 days she has to like shed her body and she becomes a younger version. And I think with his is some type of elixir that they shoot up. But there's always a price to pay because you're going against nature. If God wanted us to live forever, we could have lived forever had we not mucked it up. Yeah, I say I might pay for 1 month and binge watch it. Is Substance scary? Y'all know I'm like scary. I think I can watch The Beauty, but Substance look like at some point something scary gonna happen. Wexner is old. See, he one of the ones that got one foot in the grave and one out, and nothing. You know, that's one thing. I don't care how much money you got. We all got an expiration point, and so he's, he got buku money, but he can't keep him living forever. If you seen how bad he looked at his little thing they did, and his lawyer did tell him he would fucking kill him if he did not shut up, and told him don't use more than 5 words to answer. I think he was trying to cleanse his conscience. Because when you get to, I can say that now at 63, you ever notice as people get, not all, but the majority of the people try to start living better as they get older because they know they've done so much shit in their younger life, and they know that over 50, if you live that long, you're closer to, your expiration point. So you're trying to clean up and counteract all the crap you did before. I think that he was trying to come clean as much as he could with the lawyer in the room on some level. Because he knew he didn't have to say all that. He knew that. He could have pleaded the fifth like other people did. But I think he talked that much because he was trying to get some of that off of his conscience. Can you imagine doing all the stuff they did? But look at Knucklehead Cheeto. He don't care. And they say he was one of the meanest ones. They say that he really likes hurting people. And I keep hearing that. People that worked with him, worked under him, they say he really does like to hurt people. He gets off on it. That's why he's always talking so, one of the reasons why he called people names, talk about them so negatively. I don't think he even liked women, to be honest. The way he talks to women, I'm wondering, and I keep thinking, what if he is really one of these men who is gay, but because of the way his father was and the way he was raised, he could never, ever come out and say that he was a gay man. So he really treats women really, really bad because he can't live out who he really is. Just a thought I had. Y'all know I have a lot of time to think when I'm working. I'm going to fill me up some more of the Martna. Y'all hold that thought. Let me give y'all something to think on while I'm gone. Let's see. Uh, Went over that. Oh, how many of y'all use Reddit? I've never used it because now on Reddit, if you criticize DHS or ICE, you are cut off. TikTok is getting real strict too. Move, Parker. Can I please go by myself, sir? Do you mind? The dog. Okay, stop. Now, all that time you was outside, you couldn't use the bathroom outside? Hmm? You out there barking and carrying on? And if you didn't have time to use the bathroom? I don't understand that. Help me understand. Because I don't. Sorry, guys. Messing with the dang on Parker. Well, what did I miss? Mm-hmm. No, my face all in the um the companies are being bought out by people who are more right wing, as they say, because TikTok is owned by a whole new group now. So, from what I'm hearing, is they're really cutting back on you being able to request donations from the people that watch you. They're really trying to put the hammer down on that. People can donate to you, but you can't be out there soliciting money. I hear they're going to bring that to YouTube. I sure wish they would. So for the ones who just come on and just beg, I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be a sad day for them. Yeah, I know you got work tomorrow, Martna. So, since we are celebrating your birthday, is there anything in particular you like to talk about? Is there a song you'd like me to play for your birthday? You can think about it. You got what? About 25, 23 minutes. So, what have y'all thought about the videos on our new homeless friend, Miss Candy Cane? I told y'all she was interesting. She is I'm telling you, I thought Matt could con, but baby, she is pretty damn good with a mental illness. Though Matt got a mental illness too. You'll see her asses out there living in the van. She goes to go see snow and then really don't go get out in it. Matt gonna be acting right when she by herself. She really don't. But she get more views when she living in the van. So she been on BML land here lately, going from one place to the next. That's what I say, Polly. And this is what people don't understand. You can be a manipulator, a liar, a conman, a thief. You can be anything and still have a mental illness. Okay, so Martna says for her birthday wish, she wants us to start saving, which I am doing better, Martna. Get out of which I'm going to do, regardless of what things he put in place. Make sure your IDs are up to date, like your real ID. Hell, they killing me too, and I got them in there, Lovecraft. Oh, this thing got real froze. So I'm sitting there watching her while I was eating before I came on. The candy cane lady. All right, Felix, you have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. So I'm sitting there and she's begging because now she made a video this morning saying that, oh, I have money for dinner. I won't have to request that, somebody, or I won't have to get you guys to donate money for me to eat this evening. I have money. Then she comes on later and says, can you please help me? Can you please donate for me to have dinner? Well, she's the biggest homeless person I have ever seen. And she is steadily gaining weight. This woman eats better. Like I had to post a picture. She has some fish. I didn't even know what the hell that was. I didn't know what I had to look it up. It's nothing but fish. Instead of frying it in cornmeal or people use flour, it's fried in the panko, which is breadcrumbs. Um, and so I was just like, Okay, so you over here eating. I mean, she be having quiche for breakfast, $8 smoothies. She be going to have oysters for dinner. And this is a homeless person. But I'm gonna give her props. I had to give her props because I have never in my 63 years seen a person who did not have a job, only had a disability check coming in. She gets her little YouTube checks. So let's say she get 2 checks a month. If you combine the YouTube's check, she got 3 channels, but she really only puts stuff on 2 and really mainly on 1. So you have bought a ticket to literally take the train around the United States and did not have any money to pay for anything but the first night or the first day you got to your first destination. And the rest of the time, other people paid your way. They paid for hotels, they paid for food, they bought you new sneakers, they bought toiletries. She did something special for herself the other day. She said she wasn't going to tell it yet. Um, they did laundry for her. I have never heard of this. And people have the nerve to get mad at me because I say she's a con. There was a guy that came in earlier named Eugene. And see, this is what people don't understand. You know how you can slide into somebody's live? Like if you're live now on YouTube, you can just slide your screen and you can slide into somebody else's live. Well, a lot of people drop into her lives and all they see is what she's talking about right then. They see this lady sitting out on a bench begging for money for food or a place to stay because she's cold or she's scared. It's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. So they donate. She gets a lot of older people too. Lord, please don't let me get to a point that as I get older, I start believing this bullshit that people putting out here. So that's all they see. I'm not that person. I've always been inquisitive. So I always want to know what happened before. So this woman got literally, I think it's 14,000 videos now. Y'all know I ain't watched all of them, but I tried to go back as far as I could and start watching some of them off and on here and there because she's been saying the same shit for the last 9 years. But if you don't go back and see the old stuff, then you would not know how horrible she is, how much she con and how much she lie. I don't know. What did you type? So my thing is they get caught up in the bullshit. Then they want to get mad at other people. Because they don't come over to the channel and tell me, how can I talk about another woman like that? How can I talk about somebody who's fragile? She is far from fragile. She's in need. Thank you. A bougie homeless person. I ain't never seen that either. You better than the other homeless people. I said if she had money, she would be something else if she had money. But I was just like, she is mean, she's nasty, she's horrible, and she starts stuff. If y'all seen that video where the guy came and sat on the bench next to her, I forgot what city she was in, and she's literally screaming at him. It couldn't be me. I'm going to tell y'all like this. One thing she showed me is that we got some nice people in the world. Because some of the bullshit that she be, see here go a damn commercial. Some of the bullshit she be pulling, oh, I'll be in jail because I've been done jumped on her. I'd have cussed her ass out. I've been, oh, goodness. She be doing too much. You're not going to sit and yell at me because I sat on a public bench and I'm waiting on the dang on bus. See out. You go, what? No, ma'am, because I came in your personal space. We in a public space. If you don't like it, you move. I was like, I cannot. But these people give her their money. And my thing is this. Okay, well, you know what? She comes out here. She makes videos about this stuff. I do reaction videos. I can react on here if I want to. Just like if you want to give her your money, you go ahead. But I'm going to talk about it. I sure am. Because that guy, Eugene, that came in, he said that he gave her money. And what she does is, Let's say you see her video and you donate her $20 tonight. Oh, she's gonna be nice to you. Every time you come in her chat, she's gonna talk to you. She's gonna be happy, and as long as you're giving her money, she's cool with you. But as soon as you quit giving her money, she'll get mad about something you say and block you. I don't see how people don't see it's all about the money. And that's what I tried to show y'all. On Wednesday, she was begging for money, 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 money. She needed $180 because she had just gotten to Colorado and it was snowing. Soon as people paid, now this is what kills me. Somebody paid for her to spend the night in the hotel Wednesday night and Thursday night, but she thought she was getting on the train this morning and leaving. They gave her enough money for 2 hotel nights, food, so you don't see her. As long as she got a place to stay and she got money for food, she does not come on YouTube. She don't have shit to say. She call her people supporters. She don't have nothing to say to her supporters till she need money again. Well, what happened, because the weather was so bad, her train got postponed. It couldn't come in from California. So she couldn't leave till, supposed to be leaving tonight. So she got on YouTube and started begging again because she knew she couldn't catch the train. I'm like, y'all don't see that? Oh, she was in New York. She came to New York. And see, she liked going to the big cities because the bigger cities have more programs for homeless people, right? So that was her plan. Every city she went to, she thought that she was going to be able to get, all the stuff that they give to their homeless people. But they have their own homeless people there. Just like when she got to Chicago and Detroit. Their shelters were full. It was snowing up to the wazoo. But she had went to New York and they put her in a hotel. So they put her in an apartment with somebody. The lady got mad because she kept peeing on the bath mats in the bathroom, and they were her bath mats. She had decorated the bathroom, and I don't know what the deal is with her and the whole pissing on herself and crapping on herself, but her and the lady got into it. I don't know what she said to that lady, but the lady pulled a knife out on her. When the police got there, they took Candy and they put her into the mental hospital. So she was literally in the mental hospital in New York. When she got out, she brought her happy ass back down south, and she ain't been wanting to go to New York since. Because they weren't playing with her in New York. That woman probably was going to kill her because she up there cutting the food with people. And the thing is, the crazier she act on YouTube, the more money she make. So people feed into that bullshit. And my thing is, she need to be on medication. She gonna say that if she was on medication, she probably would have killed herself. No, ma'am, you wouldn't have, because you need some. You need an evaluation. I even told her, I said, I will give you $500 if you take your ass right now to the emergency room and let them give you an evaluation. Because I know damn well they're going to put you in for 15 days and they're going to pump you and see, because she's schizophrenic and she refuses to take medication, they would make it where she would have to get the shot and it lasts for 30 days. And for her to be able to stay outside the mental hospital, she would have to come in and get her shot. So because she hates being in the mental hospital, she would come get it. But to her, this is normal and this is how, she thinks being on medication is abnormal. And she said she was going to gain weight if she's on medication. Girl, you're already big. You can barely walk. Somebody bought you. Oh my gosh. No, she needs 15 days, Martna. She needs a 15-day hold. I hope she has to go back to court because she refuses to use a public defender. And 2 judges have told her that she needs to use a public defender. I hope because she refuses to get one, they put her happy ass in jail for 30 days. Oh, she watched it the other day. Somebody gave her money for a hotel when she was in San Francisco, and they gave her money to wash. Thank you. She has dessert with every meal. She has dessert with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And she gets mad if she can't have 3 meals a day. She believes that she should be able to have 3 meals a day, but you don't work nowhere. and she believes that people should do it. Really take care of her. And there have been people who let her come and stay with them, but she won't stay because she says she don't make as much money. This is no lie. They did a guesstimation, and so I thought maybe they were just making it up. So I did it myself, guesstimating from what she says she gets with her disability check, from what we figure she makes with her AdSense checks, and what we see people give her. This woman making over $100,000 a year. No lie. That's what I say, a receptionista. And I work. And I work from home. And some days I eat 2 meals, but most days I eat one. I could eat more, but I just don't. And so my thing is, ma'am, you eat better than me, and you want me to give you my money? But she called me out tonight. So I'm sitting here, and I love what I call red rice, where you take hamburger meat, and I put green peppers and onions in it, and then I put rice, and I put diced tomatoes and a little bit of tomato sauce. I call it red rice. I love that. I can eat a whole pot of that. So I had made some of that. So I was sitting here eating, and I was like, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to go upstairs, take a shower so I can get ready for the live. So I'm sitting here watching her because she was live. And she says, and yes, this, she's a fake Christian. I can't believe she's talking about me with her fake Christian self. She subscribed to my channel, then unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe. First of all, since you like watching my channel, ma'am, and you like watching Sticky channel, because she says now I'm part of the triangle cult. That's what she calls Stickium. If I'm not mistaken, the people that are on Sticky channel, a lot of them gave her money, and then she started treating them like shit. So people got mad. That's why they harass her, because they're trying to stop her from out here doing the bullshit she's doing. So like what we did with Mac. But what she does is she goes and monitors Sticky's chat to see who's in there. So he has started coming over here. So he does his lives late at night because a lot of times he works out of California. So when he does his live, I'm asleep. So the other night I happened to wake up and he was doing a live. So I went in there and I talked a little bit and I went on back to bed. Let me catch it. I'm sorry. I'm talking and not looking at the... she works before some... She was actually getting both. She did work before, but she can't keep a job. She worked for a little while, and then she can't keep a job. She actually gets a disability check because she has been diagnosed as being schizophrenic since she was a little kid. She's had mental issues ever since she was a child. Well, what happened was when I had a friend tell me about her, right? So they were like, you got to come over here and watch this lady. I think you're going to find her interesting. And so that was last August. And so I kind of got hooked. I don't know what happened. Somehow, when I first initially went over to her channel, somehow I subscribed. And I realized I subscribed because she came to my channel and she put a message saying, happy belated birthday. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went and looked and I had subscribed. So I immediately unsubscribed because I only subscribe to channels that I actually really like the people, or like I'll subscribe to you guys' channel because you come and watch me if you have a channel. So I immediately unsubscribed. I never subscribed back again. So I don't know where she getting this bullshit about I subscribe, unsubscribe. No. And see, she got mad because I had said something in her twins' comments, and she seen my comment over there because she monitors her sister's comments too. And so she would never address me. I had said, I was trying to be nice when I first went over there, and I said, hi, how you doing? She would never address me. She immediately started blocking me. But I think she got mad when I unsubscribed because she has this thing. She goes to look and see how long you've been on YouTube. Because if you only been on YouTube a short amount of time, you're a troll, you're a gang stalker, all that bullshit she be talking. So I don't know if it's because I had said something in her sister Brandy's chat or because I had unsubscribed. Either way, she wasn't going to get no money out of me, so it didn't matter. And I don't have to be subscribed to watch you. So, Candy Cane, just so you know, I am not a fake Christian. If anybody's fake in this whole thing about Christianity, I'm going to say it's you. Because my Bible tells me that I ain't got to come out and beg for bread. That the God that I serve is going to take care of me. Over my head, clothes on my back, and food in my mouth. And he's always done that. You will never see me out here begging like this unless I'm begging for the Lord to win some souls or something like that. Because I'm going to go to God first if I have a need before I go to man. So I don't understand you sitting out here begging people every day versus getting on your knees. And if you can't get down there, laying across your bed or standing up, however you need to do it, and pray to the Lord to take care of you. But I guarantee you don't want to do what God would have you to do, which is be a responsible adult because you're 42, 43 years old, whatever it is, 43. You don't want to take care of yourself. You know what, Polly? I said you're going to have a lot of women with you this summer. Mac and Candy. That should be interesting because neither one of them like to wash. They like to eat, though. So you better make sure you have a lot of food up in the house. They both like to eat. But I was like, no, ma'am. I don't know where you get the fake thing is. And just because you sit in the library and you claim you listen to verses of the Bible and you listen to Christian music, that don't make you a Christian because you're not even trying to live a life that glorifies the Lord. Because if you did, you wouldn't be out here yelling and screaming at people in the street, calling them names like that lady. One homeless person came to you and simply wanted to share some food with you because your ass sitting out there and you was sitting out there saying, please help me get dinner. And she walks over and says, hi, would you like some of this pizza? And you treated her so bad. So bad. And you are delusional and paranoid because you tried to say the lady was laughing at you and she was not. And you tried to say that they was probably trying to feed you something that was poisonous or there wasn't no pizza in the box. Oh, girl. No, they couldn't. You had to have a really good job to feed the two of them. Yeah, she is back in the van, so she is looking that way. So, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you now, if anybody's fake, it would be you. So, the next time you want to address me, you address me as defining Deborah, the real Christian woman. Okay? Because I'm going to still talk about you until you stop this bullshit you're doing out here. I'm going to do you just like Mac. Until you stop, I'm talking about you just like everybody else. All right? And can I give you another piece of advice from one older woman to a younger woman? Because you always like to say that you old enough to be somebody's mama about the young people. You don't have to tell everybody about your bodily functions. We don't have to know about if you pee on yourself, if you do or you don't, if you crap on yourself, if your period comes on, if you pass gas. We don't need to know all that. A real woman does not need to come on YouTube and tell people that. That does not make you look good. Matter of fact, you embarrass us as women and as African American women. You embarrass the homeless population. You embarrass the people that you say that are targeted. You are just an embarrassment. Get yourself together. Start living a life that glorifies the Lord. Quit walking around like you the big old Unabomber in a fake Timu coat. I mean, really. Comb your damn hair. If you're not going to comb it, use some of all the money you pilfer off of people and get a haircut. Keep your ass washed. You know? Hell, I would rather you go piss behind a tree than be out here peeing on yourself. Ain't no way I'm going to sit there and pee on myself. I'd rather pee outside before I sit there and piss on myself. That don't even make no damn sense. Get your shit together. And quit talking about people. Until you can get yourself together, you can't say nothing about nobody else. I don't care how dirty they are. Girl, you just went 10 days without washing. What is you talking about? You're going to call somebody else dirty. Ugh. Yeah, Paula, you picked that up too? Okay. So we'll move on to our old favorite person, Miss Mackie Mac Mac. I thought I hadn't seen what she was up to. I figured I'd go check her out. Well, she's been back in the van living on the BML land. And so she's gone from being in the desert to then she went to some place where it's snowing. Where was she at? She went someplace where it was by a marsh. Yeah, you see him back there. And she's back to not washing on a regular, looking crazy, eating. Oh my gosh, she cooked like 2 pounds of bacon, about 25 burgers, all them damn onions. So she's back to eating the carnivore burger, and she made what's the other thing she liked to cook? How can I forget? Y'all, what's the other meal she liked to cook all the time? Oh, she found some of them damn egg rolls. She ate. It was 17 of them. She picked. It was a family size box. Do you know that woman cooked up? It probably was 20. She probably ate some of them before. She ate the whole box. They were stacked up like this. I could not believe that. But it was something else that she liked to make that she had got some shrimp to make shrimp and grits. But what is it that she makes besides the carnivore burgers? Oh, how can I forget? Liver. She got some liver and onions. So she back to eating the bullshit that she used to eat before. And she had the nerve to say she missed eating the spring rolls. Well, she was someplace where it was snowing, Lovecraft. I know what. She made so much bacon and then she didn't even cook it hard. I don't like my bacon to be where, it be kind of cooked, but it still be like, I like crispy bacon. But yeah, she was someplace where it was snowing because she had on this hat and some outfit and boots. And I'm like, all you talked about was going someplace where it's snowing. And then you don't even want to get out the car. You in the car looking at the snow. But she made all them dang on spring rolls and sat in there on the floor and ate all them spring rolls and watched a movie. I don't really eat sardines like that anymore. I'm trying to think the last time I had sardines. It's been a minute. But I do have to say, I guess, I don't know if she's seen the video where I was talking about her using the bathroom on the video because when she had to go to the bathroom, she cut it. I don't know because she didn't have Raven with her. She said she was going to take her next time. Oh, I don't know where she at. All I know is she set up something letting people know that she was on her way back to Charlene's because she wants to put a water tank or something underneath the van so she can have access to more water. You know what? She probably would. Now that would be a show. Candy, Vanessa at Miss Charlene's. Baby. I'll be watching them every day. Every day. Because Vanessa and Candy would not get along. Mm-mm. And they both eat like, I don't know what, they both eat like 2 meals in one. I ain't never seen women eat so much. And it kills me. Every time Vanessa come on, this is my first meal of the day. No, it's not. No, it's not. We know that you like to eat. Why are you lying? You ain't got to say it's the first meal. You ain't even got to tell us that it's your first meal. We don't care. All right, Martna, you have a good day tomorrow. Be safe. Be careful out there. I'm like, girl, we do not have to know that this is your first meal of the day. But I was like, yep, she back in the van you know, doing videos 24/7, middle of the night, in the morning, whatever, because she swears she's having such a good time. But she's not, because she's ready to go back to Miss Charlene's. She only did that because she wanted to go to the RTR because she thought what's his name was going to do a video of her van, and he didn't. He did not put her on his show, which I knew he wouldn't after everybody talked about, sent him all that stuff, made all them comments after the last time. I knew he wasn't going to put her on there. So she did her own. She did all them videos herself. I don't think it really drummed her up no business, but okay. And then I don't know why she was cleaning out the shed because she claimed she still got the tin can. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, she talked to her a couple of times. Talking about Miss Charlene says she missed her. The dog is at Miss Charlene's. Raven really belongs to Miss Charlene. She's at the homestead. I don't watch her, and I don't think she really be sleeping. Because she be doing some crazy. I don't think she really be sleeping. I don't watch her eat. I don't watch her sleep. And she's boring. And see, that's why she been trying to stay in the van because she told that lie about she's a van lifer. Because she trying to make, see, you can't stay in the van life sector if you ain't van lifing. And she wasn't. So, she done been out there now about what? A month? About a month or so? So now she can go back and stay for about 3 or 4 months at Miss Charlene and say that she putting a water tank in. She'll eat anything. She will eat anything. I know every video that I pulled up, she was eating. Every video, she was eating something. And she was doing, it's so funny. That's why I be saying these people, if people look at people's behavior, you can tell that they're not mentally there. She's doing the same shit in the van that she does at Miss Charlene's. You know how she like to wash dishes? So here you are in a van. Now you only got a certain amount of room and you sleep on the floor, which is just wide enough for you to lay your mattress down and your body. So you don't wash your dishes. So you did a whole video of you washing dishes as if you were at Miss Charlene's house. You're doing the same shit in the van that you did at Miss Charlene's house, which is boring to me. Eat and wash dishes. Yeah. Same thing like with Candy. You went from Louisiana to Chicago to Detroit to Seattle to San Francisco and then Colorado. And the only thing you did in all these cities besides beg was go to the library. She found a library in every city because that's all she does when she's in New Orleans is beg to get a hotel room, eat, and sit at the library all day when she don't have a hotel room. These people are creatures of habit because they ain't mentally stable up there. Which one you talking about? Talking about Mac? Neither one of them have content. Neither one. Oh, she don't have no content. Even, I'm like, okay. When she went to the marsh area, why didn't you try to find some areas that, that look different or nice and you could just videotape those? They don't even be creative, just like in the snow. You could have got out and made you a little snowman. You didn't even have to talk. You could have just did the snowman and put music to it like you do. I mean, they don't even try to be creative in the things that they do. They do the same shit day in, day out, day in, day out. Quite boring. That's why she bored with her own self in the damn fan. I know I would be. Yes, and they always talking about um, Satan. They both talk about Satan all the time and how everybody else is going to hell, and that Candy likes to say satanic worshipers. Vanessa just like to say that demons and you're going to hell. They both fake pretend like they're Christians and then treat everybody else like shit. I'm like, man, I don't know because I watch a couple called I think it's Turn It Up World, and they travel all around, and they're always doing stuff. Even when they don't do anything but like go to the mountains, she'll cook and she'll show what she's cooking. Like her husband name is Dave. She'll be like, I'm gonna fix this special for Dave tonight. It may not be anything that we think is special, but it's special for her husband. So she shows the cooking. They may just go on a hike and just show where they're hiking. They just may just show nature where they're at. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you're giving some type of content. Oh yeah, thank you, Polly. Okay, wait a minute now, Lovecraft. I am 63, and I was extremely excited when I got my 3 inches of snow a couple of weeks ago. So, and the only reason why I didn't go out there and make a snow angel was because I realized that my knees was hurting so bad because it was so cold. And if I got down there, I might not be able to get back up. So yes, I would have made if I had been where she was at because she had more snow. I'd have made me a snowman and a snow angel. I sure would have. Y'all just had to laugh at me. So we don't get snow down here a lot. So I get excited. I realize now, not so much after my knees hurt so bad and my back hurts so bad. Yeah, I can do without the snow. But it was I like seeing it. We only had it for about 2 days, 2.5 days. It was nice for that. Now if I lived in New York or Michigan, oh my gosh. My sister even had about 12 inches of snow, if not more. I mean when her husband did the snow plow, I mean snow was like up on the sides. That's too much. Hell, you could lay in there and probably make you a snow coffin. The snow fall off. That's too much snow for me. But yeah, it's nice when you don't see it all the time. Yeah, I'd have filmed it. I sure would have. I film crazy stuff that I do now. I get up and dance and film myself. So yeah, I'd have filmed myself making a snow angel. Sure would have. I filmed me going out back showing that I had 3 inches of snow. Some people might like it, some people may not. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I think that, for as much as I am serious, I do have a fun side to me that I like to think that I'm witty and entertaining and all that. So I act crazy. I think y'all supposed to be getting some more though, Polly. That winter storm that Candy Cane just left from, I was looking at the weather. I think it's supposed to be coming on across. It's been lovely here. We've had 70-degree weather. I'm starting to have those headaches because I have sinuses. Oh, my allergies are real bad. We have so much pollen here. It is ridiculous. I mean, the cars are covered yellow. In the evening, if the wind's blowing, you can just see like balls of pollen just rolling down the street. So, yeah, I can look at the trees and tell that they're ready to blossom. They only need a few warm days. Yeah, you might want to look and see, but I think wintertime is not over. Matter of fact, the groundhog has said 6 more weeks of winter. Maybe for y'all, maybe not for us, but for y'all. Oh, y'all have 44? Yeah, we had 70. I was like, oh, look at here. People got on shorts and everything. It ain't short season yet. That's how you get pneumonia in the butt. But yeah, they running around here with shorts on. Not yet. So, but I think tomorrow is supposed to be 72 or something like that. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Let's see. Did I have anything interesting left that I want to talk about? I think I did. I think. So I told you guys. Yeah, but start on February 2nd. Days at night, 21. Oh, see, y'all be having ridiculous that below zero weather. I can't work with that. You can't wait for Daisy Duke days. Oh, I can wait. Oh my gosh. And it don't take much down here for them to start getting naked because we got the university. So if you drive downtown, all you see is a whole bunch of young naked folks all day long. It don't take much. But I'm gonna get some of this off so when I go to the DR, I can wear me some Daisy Dukes. I said that before I went to Hawaii too, didn't I? Didn't really work. Polly, I'm gonna wear me some Daisy Dukes when I go to the Dominican Republic. Now, whether it look good or not, we will see. I hope it's supposed to. We're going in July. I know it's going to be hot, but I hope it's like when I went to Jamaica. The first day was kind of bad, but by the second day, I had gotten acclimated to it. Because I'm gonna be on the beach, and I'm gonna do better this time. I did pretty good with Hawaii. I did take pictures, a couple of videos. I'm gonna try to do better on this trip and do more little shorts or whatever. Excuse me, but I'm one of those people that when I'm in the mix of doing whatever I'm doing, I forget the videotape. I don't know how these. I guess you got to train yourself because I'm not used to recording every single thing I do. But I'm going to try to do better, at least show the highlights of wherever we may go or what we do. Do a little tour of the resort. It looks very nice. All right, Polly. I see you want to cut up some. I see you want to cut up. Polly, you could do a channel just for Annabelle. People like pets. If Parker was nicer, he would probably have a good channel because he's so cute. But he doesn't listen. He does not listen to me at all. Sometimes when he sleep, I be looking at him because he's so little. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Look at him. And then he wakes up. And then he wakes up. So I'm going to throw it out there again. I don't think I've said anything probably for a year maybe. I keep saying that we should do a meetup because when I was saying I was going to the DR, Tashana was saying she wanted to go. I'm like, really, you and Charlie could come because my cousin is a travel agent. So she puts the package together and she was saying to me, is there anybody else that I knew who wanted to come? Her family. Fuego is still thinking about it. With her MS, she's concerned about the heat. But I told her if she starts to feel too hot, she can go back in. They even suggested bringing an umbrella, which I'm going to bring when I walk around. I'll be like them Asian women. They love having an umbrella to shield the sun. But yeah, because it's a pretty good deal. We're doing. Let's see. We leave like on a Friday, come back. See, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We come back that Tuesday, and it's only $1,212, and we're staying at it all inclusive. So that is what Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. 4 nights in pretty much almost 5 days. So and then that's including the plane, the hotel, um, all the food and drinks because you're an all inclusive. I've been to Japan. I wanted my aunt never wants to go to Europe and stuff. I thought I'm gonna have to find me one of them travel groups or somebody want to go. I wouldn't mind going back now. I haven't. It's been some years. It's extremely crowded. I mean, it's interesting. I like the food, and I like if you go out into the country area. I would like to do more of that versus staying in the city because it's very pretty in the country. I really want to go to Venice. I didn't go there. See, people like animals. I still want to go to Venice. Venice. We were supposed to go to Thailand, and my aunt changed her mind because they were fighting with Cambodia. So she's talking about it's on her bucket list. So she really wants to try to go next year because I haven't been to Thailand. I just want to go really to see what living over there is like because a lot of people are moving there. And just in case things get real crazy over here, I need a backup plan and see if I think my money will stretch and I can live comfortably in Thailand. But I want to go back to Germany. Like in the summertime, and I go there like maybe June. I either want to go in June or go like the summertime is great because they have wine fest all summer, and it's the weather is pretty nice. Or either go like October doing Oktoberfest. But I'd like to go back there. Um, I definitely want to go back to Jamaica. I wanted to go to not Bali. Is it Bali? I don't know if it's Bali. Yeah, but I don't want to do China. Them countries where it's like iffy with how they treat their people and they be all strict on us. And right now, people don't really like us because of our president. Uh-uh. I did say I wanted to try Vietnam. I heard that's a nice trip because they're really trying to boost up their tourism. And I said I would like to go there. Because I even looked at, we have jobs in England. So I was looking to see how much they were paying in the cities where they were at. So I was like, well, maybe I can just transfer over to a position in England because I liked England. I wanted to go to Ireland. I've never been to Ireland. I wanted to go to Ireland. Okay. I wanted to go to Alaska. I went, how you go through Alaska, but I really wanted to go and hang out. My brother's his ex-wife now, her brother and his wife moved to Alaska, and they will give you land. Like in Africa, they do the same thing. If you're a citizen of Africa, the country will give you land. But in Alaska, you can just move up there and they'll give you land. So they have like a spread. When they moved, there was nothing out there but trees. And they have since built them a house, a chicken coop and all this stuff. And their house is like not too far from a river. It is so beautiful. They had about, oh my gosh, they had snow probably up to my waist sitting down, and he was saying the other day that it was still snowing. That's where we're going, Polly. That's where we're going. She in the DR, Dominican Republic. That's where we're going. And like I said, it was like $2,212 for plane, hotel, and all the food and drinks that you want. It's all inclusive. I want to go to Ireland. It looks so pretty to me. I want to go. I like the music too. I like the Irish jig and sit in a pub, drink some Irish beer. Yep, you want to come with me, Polly? So I would like for us to do a meetup. We had talked about it one time before, or we had talked about maybe Vegas, but Vegas ain't what it used to be, and they keep having issues with bed bugs. I'm just like, I'm not paying all that money to go to Vegas and get bed bugs. But um, a lot of y'all live up north. What is there to do in Ohio? Aren't y'all Tashana and Martna and Receptionista? You're in Ohio too, right? Or are you in Illinois? Yeah, they had serious issues with bed bugs. What gold? There's supposed to be gold down there? I ain't hear that, Paulie, about no gold. But I would like go to Ohio if there's a fun place in. I've never really thought about Ohio, but maybe somewhere. How about Tennessee? I heard Tennessee is fun. Oh, in Ireland. I thought you was talking about hit the DR. You're in Illinois. Are you in? You're not in Chicago. Are you close to Chicago? I wouldn't want to go to Chicago, but maybe another city that's nice in Illinois. I mean, I can come up north since there's more of y'all up there. Um, I never hear about people wanting to go to Indiana. I do have some friends in uh, it's the upper part of New York. Damn, I can't think of the name of it now. I want to go to New York City, kind of, sorta. But they have too many rats for me. I just can't get with the big old rats. And then their hotels are ridiculous. I wanted to go. Nomadic Introvert went to one that's right by the airport, where it's like it's a hotel, but they made it out of an old airplane. It looked pretty neat. It was 5 hours. You're 5 hours from New York. Now I would love to go to Maine. I want to get some lobster. We could do Maine or something on the East Coast. DC. Do they even live there now? I think they live in California or someplace like that. I don't think they in Chicago no more. Or we could do Virginia. They have some nice beaches. Big back flies. What is a big back fly? They have nice beaches in Virginia. Oh, okay. They have those down when I lived in the country. Oh my gosh. Them mugs was big and they will bite you and they hurt. I had went to me and a friend of mine. He was like, hey, he wanted me to meet one of his best friends, and we went over to the guy's house, and all in his yard was nothing but, we call them horse flies. Oh my gosh. I was like, no, I cannot sit out here. Mm-mm. Man, please. Now, I could do New Orleans, but not during Mardi Gras. Like, it just finished Mardi Gras. It's not fun to me during Mardi Gras. Too many people. She is. What time is it? If if she caught her train, she should be on the train on her way to Chicago because she's supposed to go to Tennessee, but she ended up cutting that part of the trip out because she was supposed to go from Colorado to Tennessee to Miami and then back to New Orleans. But she cut out Tennessee and Miami. So because of the way the train goes, she has to go from Colorado to Chicago, then Chicago to New Orleans. So if the train was able to get through and the weather didn't hold it up, then she should be on the train on her way to Chicago. But New Orleans is really a nice city, and the food is awesome. It's a nice city to visit outside of Mardi Gras because then you get a chance to see all the stuff. And it's not, I mean, it's always people. It's a tourist city, but not like during Mardi Gras. If you never went and go during crawfish season. But y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. I keep saying let's do a meetup, and I'll never get no real good. Tashana about the only one that be like, yeah, she'll meet up. Y'all, Was it after 12? Yeah, she is very cultured. She'll tell you in a minute. I have a degree. She got a bachelor's degree in Spanish and can't speak no Spanish. But like I tell people, when she was on medication, she was able to do so much. She was able to graduate from high school. She actually went abroad a couple of times to other countries by herself. She managed to finish getting her bachelor's degree by the skin of her teeth. I think she ended up having to do 3 different colleges because she kept getting in trouble and stuff. But she did manage to get it. It seems like once she decided she didn't want to take medication anymore, things just kind of went downhill. She wasn't able to work anymore because of all it's the psychosis and the delusions and the paranoia. People can't be close to her. She can't hear. She claims she can't hear loud noises, but it just depends. She was able to sit next to somebody on the damn train, so that's why I be like, I think she be making up shit half the time. It all she needs to get herself. You can live with a mental illness if you want to, and be successful. She just chooses not to. And the sad thing is, yes, she chooses not to take the medication. She says that the mental hospital and the police, all those are gang stalkers. They're against targeted individuals. Her whole psychosis about her being a targeted individual. The thing is, people with like schizophrenia, well, to be honest, most mental illnesses, except for maybe like depression, anxiety, uh, maybe OCD, but some of the more I don't like to say, because those are serious, but some of the more like sociopath, psychopath, bipolar, schizophrenic, things like that, a lot of those people don't like taking their medication. And the thing is, they feel, to them, they feel more normal when they're off the medication than when they're on. Because most of the time, they don't even realize, or they may not even get the trigger that sets them over into their mental illness till maybe late in life, like in their teen years or the early 20s, or um, they take medication, and when they take it, to them that feels abnormal. I've had people who are bipolar. They say they really like how they feel when they're on the manic side. They just don't like how they feel when they're on the depressed side. But the thing is, once they get to the depressed side, they're not going to take the medication because they're very, very depressed. When they're on the manic side, they're not going to take the medication because they like being up, 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 though they do all kind of stuff they shouldn't be doing. So that's the biggest issue. Um, for most schizophrenics, they are horrible at taking the medication. So now that's why they have it for a lot of them, especially if it's mandated, if they've gotten into some trouble and stuff like that, they will give them a shot. And so the shot lasts for 30 days. And so once a month, you have to come in and get the shot because they know they're not going to take the medication. And like with Candy, the judge could mandate that she get some medication because they can do that. And I don't know, they may, because she keeps getting in trouble and she refuses to use, she calls them the public offender versus the public defender. She has cussed them out, told them all. None of them want her as a client anyway. But the last two judges told her that she needs somebody to represent her. Because when she get in there, she started talking all that crazy stuff about being targeted, gang stalkers, satanic cults, people trying to blood sacrifice her. A judge don't have time to listen to that shit when he got a whole list of other cases he got to do in a day. They're not going to listen to that. So she probably gonna end up getting herself in more trouble because she could probably have a public defender plead her out and she pay the fines, but she won't do it. So I think she goes back to court in March. So we'll see. She had two court cases. The first one, they're letting her pay fines. The second one, we'll see what they do in March. But it's usually her mouth that gets her in trouble. It's always her mouth. And she says she didn't do anything wrong, but she was standing in front of the library. Somebody called the cops and told them, and they were wrong. They be doing some stuff that they be messing with her. I ain't gonna lie and say they don't. They called the police and said she was trying to break into the library. She wasn't. She was sitting out in front of the library because she can still use their internet. And so she was using the internet. But the problem was when the police came, I had to put that video out there. When the police came, they swooped in because they didn't know that she wasn't trying to break in. And so instead of her just doing what they said, which they were like, ma'am, please stand up, put your hands behind your back, she wouldn't do it. She was screaming, don't touch me, get away from me, you're gang stalking, you're this, that. And so they said she was resisting arrest. They threw her big ass down, handcuffed her, and took her in. So, and then she was trying to record them the whole time until they knocked the phone down, and she got pissed because they knocked the phone down. But my thing was, at that point, just quit. Just go ahead, let them handcuff you, and then you can explain why you were there versus you trying to explain and they don't know what's going on. And so, yeah. All right, people. It is. What time I came on here? 10. It is 12:10, and I am going to get up and work a little overtime this morning. I might go I need to get my feet done, get my nails. They don't look too bad, but I definitely need to get my toes done. I might go do that. if I get in there early. Saturdays, everybody and their mama be in there. Get down, Parker. All right, good people. Thank y'all for coming in. Good conversation as usual. Anything anybody got to say before I leave out? Girl, half the people you probably walk by and see should probably be on medication. Look at the people that's up there in DC running the country. All of them need something. All of them need something, especially the head man. So I would probably say that 90% of the people in America got something going on, and probably 65% of them is on medication of some form. Most people just don't know until something happens. Um, but yeah. Janice, did I say hi? Hello. Stop. All right. If there's something y'all want to put it in the comments, and we can do that. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Polly, did you ever answer my email that I sent you? I had mentioned to you guys. I know it was a few years ago, before I moved over here, when I was saying that I wanted to. For some of you guys got some interesting stories about who you are, your life, or whatever, what you're doing. And I wanted to have where we like showcase the subscriber, and you come up and you could talk about your life or maybe your business or whatever it is that you got going on that's interesting, or tell us about who you are. And so if any of you are interested, please send me an email at the posse, yeah, posseparker@gmail.com, because I would love to have you guys come up and tell the people. You look it up. You'd be surprised how many Americans got stuff going on. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You don't think it? It's a lot, especially after COVID. COVID took the lid off a lot of stuff. They don't even have enough counselors now for all the people. They always trying to get me to come back. I'll be like, I don't know, because people, when I stopped, people was just doing too much. Actually, getting very dangerous, and I'm old. I can't run no more. No, it's Posse Parker. It's backwards. It's not Parker Posse. It's Posse Parker at gmail.com. But I really would, if you feel like there's something you want to share, like maybe you did something in your life that's what's going on here, that's really interesting, or you have an interesting life that you'd like to share, you know, let me know, and we can have you come up. I am still pondering. I wanted to have Candy's twin. Y'all know she has a twin. She was in the last live. Brandy is Brandy and Candy, and so they have a very interesting life story. That's what I told Candy. Actually, if she got somebody to help her write the book, she would have an awesome book. So I was thinking about having her come on. I was going to do an interview with her, but I was still pondering it in my mind that should I, am I going to be opening up a can of worms? I don't know. So I'm going to make up my mind this weekend. If so, I'm going to try to do the interview next weekend with her so I can kind of advertise it during the week. But they really do have a very interesting life story. So she might be the first one that sets off this little series, and it'd be nice if we have others that might want to come up and share about who they are or something they done wonderful, like if you bungee jumped or you ever jumped out of an airplane. I have not done either one of those, but you can share that with us. If you did something daredevilish, if you race cars or something, I don't know. There's a zillion and one things that people may have done that the rest of us don't know anything about. So think about it. And, think about coming up. And even if you don't want to show your face, you can do the avatar thing and we can just hear you talk. You know what I mean? Because I know some people don't like showing who they are. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. And thank you guys for coming in. And have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Have a good weekend if I don't come back on. We'll see. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. All right, guys. Parker says good night. I don't know where he at. Oh, he went back there. I don't know if y'all can see him. Good night.